wouldn't recommend launching a major crowdfunding campaign, around Christmas and New Year's when people are thinking about making their end of the year donations to the organizations that they love and support. Just a direct ask is better and more appropriate during those times. And then there's other, examples of that, but I think crowdfunding in peer-to-peer really overall is a complement and an addition to the fundraising that you already have in place. So direct email appeals, those can actually convert higher in some cases than peer-to-peer fundraising. But if you pull off a peer-to-peer fundraising campaign correctly, the amount of not only money that you raise, but really new donors that you bring in, which I'll talk about in a sec, is one of the main benefits. So it's a donor acquisition tool just as much as it is a fundraising tool.
Great, thanks. Go ahead.
All right, so now to the good stuff. We'll jump right in here. So you guys have probably heard the term crowdfunding thrown around with sites like Kickstarter and Indiegogo kind of leading the charge. Crowdfunding sort of has been known as this campaign one-to-many type of format. Now, peer-to-peer fundraising is multi-tier, and really the big distinguisher here is that you create a campaign page, but your supporters create pages off of that campaign page. So each individual supporter creates their own personal fundraising page that ties and rolls back up to the campaign page. So in peer-to-peer fundraising campaigns, you could literally have hundreds, if not thousands, of individual supporters fundraising alongside each other to hit a campaign goal. This is actually very attractive to the millennial generation. So there's 80 million millennials out there. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Millennial Impact Report that Derek publishes, but 71% of those that were surveyed had raised money for a nonprofit in these types of ways. And it may not be exactly peer-to-peer, but basically when they were at, and then another 10% when asked said that they would have if an organization had engaged them and just asked them to do it. So clearly young people are liking this type of sort of empowerment and fun, in this method of fundraising. So I think the trend will only get greater over time. Cover these, but really the main benefits of peer-to-peer: you reach more people, you raise more money, and you acquire more donors. And stressing that acquire more donors is something that often doesn't get, or often gets overlooked initially when organizations are assessing whether they want to, take it or make an investment in peer-to-peer fundraising over the long haul. And again, there can be short-term benefits of a spike in fundraising if you launch one peer-to-peer campaign. But if you kind of commit to this, you can look at it as a significant donor acquisition tool.